Well, happy Friday, everyone, and welcome to the morning show right here on Main Street TV, where Marsha is with us this morning, and we are so happy to have her here. We're almost as happy to have her here as she is to be here.
Yes, that would be very good.
Sweet Marsha loves to be here on TV.
Yeah, I just don't like TV. I'm not an actress.
Yes, you are. You do a fantastic job, and you're always telling us about things that we can do to improve ourselves, which is a good thing.
That's true.
And this is, of course, our good friend Marsha Radabaugh from the Jackson County Health Department.
Yep.
And we will be talking with her about some things. But first, Jimmy tells me that we have a message to play, and then we will be back with Marsha.
At Vinton County National Bank, we believe in supporting the areas where we live and work. Now, we'd like to honor those who also. Our new Community Champions account is especially for first responders, veterans, active military, and anyone employed in the fields of healthcare or education. This account offers rewards, discounts, and other benefits to those who give so much to others. Vinton County National Bank, rewarding those who serve.
All right, and we are back with our good friend Marsha from the Jackson County Health Department. And Marsha is here often to remind us that smoking and vaping is bad.
It is very bad.
Yes. And we have, are you all seniors? We have the seniors from the Jackson High School baseball team and Coach McGraw here with us this morning as well. So we've been giving them a little bit of our mind, right?
Exactly, yeah. Because I go in and talk to the ninth grade, all the ninth grade kids, so I don't reach the older children.
Ones. Well, you're older and you should know better.
That's right.
That's right. You should be good influences on the ninth graders.
Yes.
How's that?
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
So Marsha, tell us a little bit about what's going on at the health department right now.
Well, I am starting back. I'm going to be once a week at the Jackson City Library.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I'm going to be there, I believe, on Tuesdays around 2:00.
Okay.
And that way I can meet, they have like adults and stuff, or that's a good time for adults to come in as well.
Perfect.
And give them some information on the dangers of vaping, that they might want to, there's some signs that, you can tell if your teenager is, something's going on, like with, especially with vaping.
We know.
That's right.
We're watching you.
Yeah.
I don't think they're scared.
I don't either. It used to be a game because I wouldn't let my kids chew gum in class because I'm a retired teacher, and they could barely move their mouth, and I'm like, spit it out. They knew. So it got to be a game, actually, because they're like, how does she see that? I can see.
She knows. Like Santa Claus.
Yeah. And since I'm working with the vaping, I can tell kids with that cough. So anyway, so it gets, especially when you vape, that oil, there's no water in it. It's oil and chemicals, and it will lodge in the airways of your lungs, and eventually, it'll clog them up. You won't be able to breathe, expand your lungs like you're supposed to, and that's when kids end up in the hospital. And
I just can't believe, and you think you're a kid and you're invincible, and you're telling us that.
Yeah.
I mean, you brought in that little test the last time.
For
and,
smoking,
that was crazy.
Yeah. And it's neat because, I've had kids, some of them's tested high on those, so they're smoking too.
And kids should be, like, perfect,
Yeah.
Like,
right.
It shouldn't be a thing.
But I was talking to a couple doctors, pediatricians the other day, and they were saying that they're seeing more kids here in Jackson County that's ending up in the hospital with some serious lung issues.
Because of smoking or
because
vaping?
Of vaping. Yeah.
Vaping.
Mm-hmm. So, they were saying, if you can get the word out there, because it's getting to be a serious problem in our county. as well. So,
Well, let's talk for a minute. And I know you've talked about this before. Like, do you guys know people that vape? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I think it's just
yeah, I mean, I know people.
a thing, right? I know.
Yeah.
Definitely. But let's talk for a minute about. So I think a lot of people, and this isn't just kids, but just people in
adults.
general, think smoking's bad, vaping's okay because you're not breathing in smoke.
Right.
What do you say
well,
to that?
and they advertised it. When they first brought it out, it was try to get, they said it was for adults to help them get off of smoking.
Yeah.
So
you
all
just
they
get
did
addicted to that.
yeah, right. Either way, you're going to get addicted to nicotine. And with vaping, in my opinion, you get addicted a lot quicker because one vape cartridge can have, well, it does have a pack of cigarettes of nicotine in it.
Okay.
So, even though it was advertised to get people off of smoking, it was making them more addicted to nicotine.
Sure, they're just sucking on the
Yeah.
vape pen more.
Right. And so anyway, the doctors I was talking to, they're saying that they're seeing, a lot more kids
That's
coming
terrifying.
in. Yeah, with like bronchitis. I think emphysema is one of them. I always think of that as like an older person.
Yes.
Yeah, they've had a couple cases of kids with that. So, it's
Whoa.
getting dangerous. And there's a video I show when I go out into the 9th grade classrooms. This girl, sorry about that. It's my monitor going up. This girl.
Are you alive?
Yeah, I'm
not-
alive.
Okay.
My sugar is saying it's not there.
Good God, if we lose Marcia, you'll know.
That'd be something, wouldn't it?
Oh, Lord.
I don't
That'd be a
smoke or
first.
vape, but I killed right over. Oh, Lordy. But anyway, she vaped probably for like 5 years, and then it's just like she woke up and couldn't breathe. And, so that's
Ugh.
what's sort of scary about it, too, because even though it's clogging the airways up in your lungs, it doesn't do it real super fast. It can take a while, and then
Okay.
all of a sudden, these kids can't breathe.
So you're like, oh, I'm vaping away, and I'm
Yeah,
fine.
my friends are doing it. They're okay, but it can hit you. And that's when it's scary. And this one video I have, really cute girl, she ended up on a ventilator. I mean, she's fighting for her life.
Oh, my gosh.
And that's not, it's not just an isolated incident. They're seeing more and more kids coming in having to get on ventilators,
Oh, wow.
for something like that. So,
I can't think of anything more terrifying than not being able to breathe.
yeah, I know.
Like,
That would be scary. And, what we try to do is, like, when I get out and talk to kids, is they think they want to make, and even like this girl that ended up on a ventilator, they don't want to think that it was from vaping, and like
what did they think it's from then?
they just have a cold or an
Oh,
allergy.
yeah, okay.
Yeah, and so, they just don't want to admit it. And, but, it's just extremely dangerous, let alone the oils clogging up the airways. You have cancer-causing chemicals in it. So, yeah, so don't vape.
They've all promised that they won't.
Right.
They look
And-
innocent enough.
They do. They look very innocent. Call 1-800-QUIT-NOW and tell your friends that too. 1-800-QUIT-NOW. You can talk to someone on there. It's private. They won't call your parents. They won't call your teachers or
I
the
think
school.
that's what's so cool
Yeah.
is, I'm sure that there's kids out there that are embarrassed or ashamed or terrified to tell their parents that
Yeah.
they've been doing it. So
Right.
they can call
Yeah.
this number and get some help and
Yeah.
get started.
Right. And and then for adults, they can get free nicotine replacement therapy through 1-800-QUIT. Now, they won't give it to children. But,
Makes sense.
Yeah. But sometimes doctors will prescribe it, to help them beat the addiction,
Okay.
to nicotine. So I know one teacher had called me after I presented to her 9th grade class, and she said one kid came up like the next day and said that no one knew that he or she vaped. but went home and told their parents, and they got him into the doctor. So
Wow.
that was just one kid. I felt like I helped.
Yes,
You know,
absolutely.
so-
How rewarding.
Yeah. So, but everyone has a right to lead a happy, healthy, life. It's our right.
Well, yeah,
And,
we've only got one of them.
Yeah,
So.
and what's aggravating are these companies. They don't care whether you live or die or have cancer, long as they're making their money and
Yes.
they're living on their yachts and whatever
Yes.
they do, rich people do. But they're doing
I
it off
wouldn't
the
know.
lives of others. Yeah, me neither. Definitely. So, that's what's so aggravating about it. And they're, they claim they don't advertise it to kids, but right now the big one is making them look like cell phones or little games. And like, let's say, I don't know, like you might have a little kitty or a dog, and the more you vape, the more you can give it rewards, like.
Stop.
So have you guys seen any of those yet? Good. But yeah, and we do have those out in the stores because
I can't believe that's a thing.
Yeah, stuff like that, or Pikachu, or any of those. Yeah, so yeah, you can get them a little hair bow if you smoke, or dress them the way you want to, or
It's actually brilliant marketing.
keep it alive. Yeah, the more you smoke or more you vape. Yeah, so that's how they get kids into it. Yeah,
Okay.
and if it looks like a cell phone, it's hard to keep track of.
Sure.
Yeah.
So what are some of the things that you would suggest parents look for as far as, none of us want to believe that our children are doing anything wrong, right?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and if you don't know, it is hard to catch, because they can hide it so well. But
Yes.
it would be mainly like behavioral, and that to me is hard because I can remember as a teenager staying in my room, listening to my records,
Yeah.
back then, and that's normal, for teens to
Sure.
do that. But when you start noticing grades going down, extremely irritable. And then, if they go away to vape and they come back and they're not as irritable,
Okay.
constantly, like at school, if they constantly have to go to the bathroom, way too much, or just a lot of, and coughing,
Okay.
and then, that's, and then talk to them about it, ask them if their friends are doing it, do they feel pressured, into going along with it, and doing some research, or, just looking up at the dangers of it. Call me at the health department because, I'm always there and willing and ready to help anyone that,
Yeah.
that wants
absolutely.
more information or to stop smoking or vaping. I can get them hooked up and get them on their way to a better, healthier life. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, I think that's what's so good. I don't know that people think about utilizing the health department, no matter where
Yeah.
you're watching or listening
Yeah.
this morning. Our health departments are such a good resource for anything from a flu shot to,
Yeah.
I mean, there's just so many things. But
Yeah.
you all, and I like to say this, I've said it before, are kind of like the concierge of
Right.
health. Like,
Yeah.
if you don't know where to turn, whether it's mental health or smoking or something's wrong,
Right.
go to the health department
Yeah.
and you all can help guide
yeah.
somebody in the right direction.
Right. More than happy to help anyone.
That's
yes.
the point of the
Yeah.
health department.
Exactly. Yeah. And then, like I said, I'm going to be at the Jackson City Library once a week on Tuesdays around 2:00. So, if you have questions and, you're sort of worried, about your teen, or even elementary school, we have them as young as 11 that, that start, come in and I can give you information and talk to you about it and, give you a lot of resources that, can help you, help your family.
And I think that's so good. So when you're going to be at the library on Tuesdays, Is that because I know before you had a thing where you were coming in and people could just come in for kind of anything?
Yeah.
Is that
Still the same thing, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what about the eye thing? Someone was asking me about that
Yeah.
the other day. Can we talk
Yeah.
about that for a moment?
Yeah, I still do that. If you want to come in and, you can't afford glasses or an eye exam, I can hook you up with a voucher and you can go in and they have, like you have to pick from a list of eye doctors that, can come in. So you can come in and I can hook you up with that too. Yeah, that's nice. I really like that program.
Because here's the thing. Number one, you don't realize you can't see until you can see.
Right,
If
yeah.
that makes any sense whatsoever. I mean, you
Yeah.
just live your life and you just don't realize what you're missing.
Yeah,
So everybody should have an eye exam.
right.
Whether it be
exactly.
yearly or every other year,
Yeah.
something like that, just to make sure. And I think I told you the story. We had a teacher when I was in the Mrs. Kite, God rest her soul. Becky Kite was one of the best teachers that ever graced this area. But anyway, she used to I had her for algebra.
Yeah.
And I sat in the back, and she used to put our quizzes, she would write them on the board.
Yeah.
And I, was like, didn't realize so I would write the problems down wrong.
Oh, okay.
And
yeah.
so then she would, sweetly enough, grade the problem as I had written it down.
Yes.
But finally, she called me over and she said, "Do you need glasses? Like, I'm not trying to be a smart aleck here,
Yeah.
but like, what's going on?" And
Yeah.
so I went home and I told my mom, I was like, "I don't know. My teacher asked me if I needed glasses," and so she took me immediately to the eye doctor, and I couldn't see a lick.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was just something like that I didn't know I couldn't
yeah.
see.
Yeah.
And so that's my story.
Yeah.
But then I got glasses, and now now I'm
Yeah.
just old and I can't see. But
Yeah, me too.
that's a whole other
yeah.
situation.
Yeah, it is. But
Yeah,
this is for any age. I mean, it can
that's
be for
great.
kids.
So kids, whatever. If you have
Yeah.
a child and you don't and you think you might need some help with
Yeah.
glasses or an eye exam,
Yeah.
come see Marcia.
Right. Yeah.
That's awesome.
And I'll have my little machine at the library. So if people want to come in and want to test their addiction to nicotine with cigarettes, I will be more than happy. And
Tell you how sucky your lungs are.
Yeah. And I'll do blood pressures. I continue to do that.
Okay.
And I can check for diabetes too.
Oh, okay.
So I'll have my little monitor there. So
And that's an important one too, because a lot of people don't know.
yeah,
That
and
they have sugar
smoking
issues, and it
smoking
does-
causes all those.
Yep. High
doesn't-
blood pressure,
yeah,
all of that.
Definitely, yeah. So
You got it.
alrighty.
So you need to if you can, get to the library on Tuesday. It's a great resource.
Yep.
Come straight and see Marcia, or
Yep.
you can see her at the health department. Are you there every day?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so you can just say, "I
Yep.
want to talk to Marcia."
Okay. And I get that.
Do you? I've had people
I've
say
had
that
people
all the
come
time.
in.
I'm the very
Yeah.
beautiful Jan Brady. Yes.
Yeah. Jan's my age. Marcia was a little bit older, but I still get the
gotcha.
Marcia. Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't have any idea who we're talking
Did you guys
about.
ever watch the Brady Bunch?
No.
No. I'll bet these girls did. Jimmy, did you watch the Brady Bunch?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
No? Okay. Man, we're old.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
They missed some good programming
They
back then,
did.
didn't
They
Yeah.
did. Dude, there's nothing more cheesy than the Brady
Oh
Bunch.
my
It's
gosh,
great.
yes.
Great family entertainment.
Yeah.
Yes. Highly recommend.
Alrighty. Okay.
All right. Well, Marcia, thank you for stopping by today. We greatly appreciate you and all that you do to help the health of our community. Do you guys have any, programs coming up or any open houses or anything
Yeah,
like that?
not yet, but we have them in planning.
Okay.
I would like to, I'm planning on doing one at the health department, like a no smoking vaping day,
Okay.
and come in and have, resources and things like that. And
That's great.
I'm planning one in Wellston
Oh,
as
cool.
well. So, yeah.
Will
So,
you let us know about that?
Okay, I will.
Very good. All right. Well, I think we have another message, and we'll be back, and we're going to talk with the JHS baseball team and the seniors and the coach. So we'll be back right after this.
This just in.
The Telegram News has a new website.
TheTelegramNews.com.
Same dedicated coverage.
Same trustworthy news with a brand new look.
Covering Jackson and Benton counties and surrounding areas.
Locally owned and operated, TheTelegramNews.com has its finger on the pulse of the community.
Stay up to date on local events, high school sports, and breaking news.
TheTelegramNews.com.
Subscribe today at TheTelegramNews.com.
Check it out.
Saturday, August 16th is Southern Rock Woodstock in the Gallipolis Fairgrounds. This event will feature 3 decades of original artists and legends, such as Leonard Skinner, 38 Special, and Molly Hatchet. In light of this event, Total Media will be giving away 4 VIP tickets. For a chance to win these exclusive passes, comment your favorite Southern Rock song, and our staff will vote on which one is the best. Good luck, and may the best man rock out.
Very good. And we are back with Coach McGraw and the seniors from the Jackson High School baseball team.
Good morning.
Good morning. It's good to have you here.
Thank you. We appreciate being here. We do this every year, and you've always been so awesome to us, and Total Media has been awesome to us.
Oh, well, of course, it's our pleasure. You guys do such great things. And, you know, how long have you been coaching the baseball team?
Well, I think my first year was 2012. But I took a different job for a couple of years, and then we lost 2020. So I think this is my 11th season as the head baseball coach, head varsity coach. So
very good. And you have had, to say the least, some very successful baseball seasons. And how's it looking this year?
Very good. Working hard, and we have a lot of talent that came back, a lot of young talent as well mixed in.
Cool.
But yeah, practices are going great. We expect a high ceiling.
No pressure, guys.
A lot of talent there, and we've had a great 4-year run where we won at least 20 games for 4 straight years. Set a lot of school records, and these guys are going to continue to go right along with that. And I think we're ready to go. We're ready early. We've been working hard. A lot of these kids have been working since October, November, things like that. So they know what to expect, and that's a good thing. We're a very older team than we've really had this year, a lot of upper class oriented, with a good mixture of young guys that is very good. They have an upperclassman to look up to, how they work, how they prepare. I had that when I played in high school. The guy ahead of me, he was a college baseball player, and I wanted to be like that.
Well, heck yeah.
And not only, athletically, academic wise, and how we run the program, and you're expected to get good grades, and our school, how they run things. And we're fortunate, we have 6 seniors, 3 are valedictorians, and
I mean that is insane.
Yeah, that's wow.
When he told me that, I was like, "What?"
And it's not only that. Probably the 6 guys over there combined GPA is probably 3.9.
That's so good.
It's not cool to be not smart. I don't want to say other words, but we have a good academic athletic mixture at Jackson High School.
You want to talk about positive peer pressure. Like, that's good peer pressure.
It is.
Competing for grades and being valedictorian.
A lot of them have been competing since elementary school and what grades they get on a test. And I see the same competition in the classroom as I do the practice field and the game field.
That's so good.
It's really cool to see.
And Coach, let's just be honest, the weather has not been your friend this year, to say the least. So has that, given you some challenges with practicing? Or I know you all have some indoor facilities, but still it's nice to get out on the field.
It is, but we take advantage of the football field and the turf. That's helped us dramatically. I don't like to go indoors very much, in the field house or in the gym. It's not a great environment for baseball. So we just go out when it's cold. We do have a nice hitting facility. We go in, like yesterday, the weather got pretty bad.
Yeah.
So we kind of broke up hitting practice amongst groups, and got a lot of hitting in and work on certain things and just take hitting to a different level where you may not be able to work on fielding or fly balls today, things like that. But that's the benefit of having a program that these kids just didn't show up 2 weeks ago to practice.
No.
They play a lot of summer ball, they play a lot of baseball, and most of them have been in the barn all winter.
Yep.
And we've been working on things. So we are advantaged there with the talent that we have, where we can not do ground balls today, and that's kind of how we run it. We're gonna have great weather this next week, and pretty decent weather today. So what we didn't do yesterday, we'll do today, and do it extra, things like that. We have a certain amount of ground balls we want to get a week of fly ball, whether we get them all on Monday and Wednesday or spread them out, as long as we get them.
Okay.
So that's kind of how we do it.
Very, very good. And you guys have, and we'll get to the players here in just a second because we've got to grill all them and, probably embarrass them or do something.
So we can try to.
We're going to mess with them a little bit. They look terrified. But no, you were telling me that you have, once again, something cool coming up this weekend. So let's go over that.
Yeah, tomorrow we have our Grand Slam dinner, the Grand Slam supper. It's our big fundraiser. It's at Park's Edge.
Big is not really the word.
It's huge. It's turned into a monster.
Yes, you created a monster.
Last year was one of our biggest crowds ever. And Total Media's helped with that. They're advertising for us, and it was on Facebook. Their auction baskets, things like that. But the food helps. Tomorrow we got homemade chicken noodles, mashed potatoes, roll, green beans. And it is homemade. It's made by my mother-in-law, my wife, in the kitchen. These aren't store-bought chicken or noodles.
No.
They're made on the kitchen table, so with farm fresh eggs. But and that helps. It's a great environment. It's when you show up, you're like, oh, this is Jackson. Like you're in Jackson, Ohio when you show up there.
It's so small community. It should be.
It is. Our baseball community is unbelievable. And I think a lot of people come just because they'll see people they haven't seen maybe since last year at that same dinner, and it's just so family oriented and friends, and it's kind of like going to church a little bit. You have your role, you have your place, and it just feels good. And they know we're helping the program, helping the team and the baseball community from 7th grade all the way up to 12th grade. It's just awesome. We have our Chinese auction. We have our live auction as well. It's a meet the team all the way from 7th grade to 12th grade. And we have a large number of kids involved in the baseball program right now. A lot of great families and people at the younger levels. Let's face it, high school coaches need people at the younger levels. If they're not there, you're not going to be very good.
It's very interesting that you brought that up because we have had some different teams in here lately. Basketball and whatever. And we were talking about the fact that you have to, you don't just, and even wrestling and stuff, like you don't just start in the 10th grade or 9th grade playing baseball. I mean, I guess you could, but
it's going to be hard.
It would be very hard. And these teams, you have to start in Little League and get started right with the right people and the fundamentals and all that.
And that's what's great about Jackson is having good people as coaches at the young level.
At the little level.
When you're a parent, especially if you're a single parent, mom or dad, and you get to drop your kid off and you respect that coach and you not only respect, but you trust them, your kid, trust them with your kid. And we see a lot of that, especially with your rec league down at Eddie Jones, your travel teams. I mean, that's big families. And they're putting in a lot of work. You have a lot of great people involved in that. And my kids were in it.
Time and
every one of these kids were in that program, whether it be rec league, travel. But that's where you learn. As a high school coach, I can try to make a kid good that isn't. And I got 4 years and probably can. But if a kid comes in with some sort of skill, now I got time to take him to a different level because I don't have to teach him the basics. That he gets taught at the young right? Exactly. The more amped they come in, it's easier, and that's what we see a lot in our high school programs because we have great Pee Wee football, the rec league, and travel basketball and baseball, especially with the Big Red Diamond Club and the travel teams that we have. That I've coached the travel team for 14 straight years. 2 different teams. A lot of people involved in those.
That's right. And again, it takes a village.
It really
or an
does.
army.
And we have a good village.
Yes, we do. And again, that's like what small towns should be.
It is.
And just because we're from a small town, should be.
It's not. It's not everywhere. When you're in Jackson. You show up tomorrow and you'll know this is freaking Jackson.
Yeah.
Like you love it. And it's one of my favorite days of the year.
That's so awesome. All right, so I know you guys sell out every year. So can people still get tickets to this Grand Slam supper?
They can. We might have to squeeze them in.
You may have to stand and eat your chicken and
you
noodles.
might. Hey, it's good. It doesn't matter.
Hey, just sit on the stage.
You can still get a ticket for a little while. I think we have a few left. Maybe contact a player or bullpen officer. We're on Facebook. I run that, so I'll do my best to get back with people. But
okay. How much are the tickets?
$10. $10 for a ticket. That's it. Yeah, and you get for a full meal. Yeah, you get chicken noodles, mashed potatoes, green beans, a roll, and a drink, water, pop, whatever you decide. It's actually not a bad deal.
It's a really
not a bad
good
deal at all. You can actually get dinners. Some people get dinners to go. We have to go trays, things like that. So, and it's a way for we're not going to raise the prices and things like that beyond. We want to help the community too, and the community's so good to us, and we don't want to do that. We do our best to maintain where we're at and still run the program. But this fundraiser is vital for us. There is no baseball program without the Grand Slam dinner. There isn't. There's a lot we couldn't do.
And a lot of people will say, well, why are they raising money? Like, what do they need to raise money for? It's a school-sanctioned sport. Like,
You're gonna get me in trouble.
How expensive can baseball be?
It's expensive. Schools. I'll just lay it out. I get a $900 budget from the school. And in schools, we have a lot of great people, but their money is limited.
Listen,
as far as what they
everybody
give
is
sports.
asking for money.
Right.
And there's only so much.
Right.
And so for these kids to be able to get to go to Myrtle Beach and do
all
the things
that's not what this is.
They want to do.
That's up to their parents.
Okay.
Yeah. The fundraiser is actually really to pay for the basics of baseball. Most people don't realize we have to use a certain ball in the high school program now.
You were telling me that last year. I couldn't believe it.
It's $120 a dozen.
And you go through
almost a dozen a game. It's wild. It costs us about $100 per balls per game at home that we play. And I'll spend between varsity and JV probably $2,000 in just game balls. Well, that's more than double my school budget.
Yes.
And you have to have them because if you don't use a certain ball, you're not allowed. You have to use a certain one. And it's not like basketball and football and things. You can reuse the ball. Well, you can't reuse the baseball the next game when it's dirty or scuffed up. The umpires throw them out, and we have to put new. It is how it is. That's just part of it. The hats. I spent $2,500 to outfit my junior high and high school in just hats. Well, you have to buy new hats every year. If you're a seventh grader.
Yeah, if you do. That would be gross.
You get a used jersey, but if you hand somebody a used baseball hat, they're probably not going to play. That's not the standard we have at Jackson. So, but those are things
icky.
But if you add that's about over $5,000 that's repeated every year.
Yeah.
That's not something you can try to say. No, you have to do it. You have to have hats. You have to have baseballs.
Sure.
For all of that. And it's just expensive. It's an expensive sport.
And so forth. And I guess I asked you that question just because I wanted to help people understand that you think, it's just a baseball and a bat, and how expensive can it be?
And we don't buy any of that. Like the players, their bats, that's all bought by players. We just couldn't afford that. And one thing I do stress is we do go to Myrtle Beach, and that's fundraised separately by the players and their parents.
I'm glad you said that.
We don't use any of the public fundraiser money to fund that. That's up to them. If they want to go, and it works out well every year. But we do, the sign sponsors, things like that, and our Grand Slam dinner. That's really to run the program, take care of Sparky Haller Field, which I take a lot of pride in.
Yes.
We're out there working a lot, keeping it nice. And I think when you drive by, I get a lot of texts and emails, and people appreciate that because they played on it, their dad or their grandpa played on it, and they drive by and it looks good. It's in good shape. But that takes work as well, and takes money with baseball dirt and just different things. But we're just keeping a nice facility and things like that. We do our best. But we don't actually buy bats or anything like that. We don't pay for Myrtle Beach or anything like that. We just fund the program. But we also, it takes a little more because the junior high is not a school sport.
Yep.
So that's paid for by our booster club as well. And the parents there do a good job of that, but we need that. That's a vital program, and it helps. We have we have 30 kids in that program. It's helping 30 kids play baseball, and there's not a better cause than that.
You know, and that's awesome. Like, we had the bass fishing team in here yesterday. Two of the three, the two seniors that were here just signed with Rio. They're getting paid to go to school for that. Like, that's freaking cool.
That is
so
cool.
You're helping these kids with their perhaps even college careers.
Right.
You know, so think about like the investment that you're making in all this. Plus, this Grand Slam supper is just fun.
It is.
And it's good.
It's awesome.
Yeah. And they have to serve you. Well, seniors don't, right?
The seniors get to chill out.
They get to chill,
yeah.
but all the other ones,
they're
working.
Freshmen, sophomores, and juniors, they'll serve and trash duty, stuff like that, and just bust the tables, things like that. So, yeah.
Now, will you have some like auctions and stuff like that going on during the dinner as well?
There will be. During the dinner will be a Chinese auction. It's up for a while, and it's phenomenal, and it's huge. And a lot of people involved in that, a lot of children like that. I know my daughter, I think my mom gives her about $200 to spend over there. She wins all the time, but it's good. And then there's a live auction as well.
Cool.
We have some great, each class has a basket and design for that. Awesome. We have some Cincinnati Reds tickets, 4 of them, great seats to auction off. We have a Jackson Ironman fire pit. There's some great, my wife's in charge of the senior basket this year, and there's 4 seats, 2 heated chairs for outdoor sport games,
Nice.
2 heated seats that go on the bleachers, and it's kind of a Jackson Ironman basket. And the other ones they do it. It's like when you show up, you're like, wow, like just the work that the parents put in, the people in charge of that. It's a very cool.
Awesome. Well, very good. Well, Coach, is there anything else you wanted to tell our viewers while you're here? And if not, we'll bring the players
No,
over.
just come on out tomorrow. We appreciate the community that they help us out so much, and the environment there. And it wouldn't happen without the local businesses, the local community, and our boosters. They're good to us every year. We love them. And just this is my chance. I get to say thank you.
Sure.
And hopefully I get pretty busy tomorrow, so hopefully I get to see everyone. But I get a little stressed out too, so making sure it goes well. So yeah.
Well, thank you.
Thank
for
you
what
very
do.
much. Appreciate you.
Yeah, absolutely. We appreciate you. All right, who's going first? All right, come on over. 2 of you bring a chair. They listen. It's so good. All right, come on over
What are we
this
doing?
way.
We're just gonna squeeze in here?
Yeah, you gotta squeeze in.
All right.
These poor boys, nobody told them that it's 10 degrees outside. They all got shorts on.
I brought my camera.
Here,
Come on this way.
Oh.
Yeah, we got to scoot around here. There we go. All right, cool. And can you get that microphone hooked up yet? That way we can hear. You guys have to kind of. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, just talk real loud.
Yeah, you don't get to talk.
There he is.
Okay, nice.
Very good. All right, so I guess we'll start on this end since we're trying to get your microphone set up there. So tell everybody who you are.
My name's Noah Ernst. I'm the catcher for Jackson.
Cool.
I'm Nolan Johnson. I'm a center fielder.
I'm Garrett Legg. I play outfield.
Okay, and so you guys are seniors.
Yep.
Very cool. So tell us what you think the season's going to be like.
You want to get it?
Yeah, okay, yeah. I mean, we have really high expectations this season. Last year, we felt like we fell a little bit short of where we should have been. Mm-hmm. And on the bright side of that, like we have a lot of returning starters this year. Like we're with a group of guys that have all been together since we were literally 8 years old. Like the starting 9 have been playing together on the same team since we were 8. And
that would mean a lot, I would think.
Yeah. So just off of that, emotions are, pretty high with the season. Like our hearts are into it, and we know that. Even to the point where he went to Piketon last year, and he was on that travel team that we used to play on. And now he's here to play with us this final season.
Cool.
So it's things like that where it feels like more than a baseball team, but like a family. And we think that really just propels us to where we should be able to meet those expectations that we have.
That is awesome. So tell us a little bit about what it's like to be a senior and what it was like as you were talking about being 8 years old, and now the roles have reversed, right? So now you have to be like those leaders.
You want me to go?
Yeah, you're up this time.
So, can you repeat the question?
I can't. No, I was just saying, like, what's it like to, thinking that you guys all played at 8 years old, you were looking up to people. Now you're the seniors, and have to be the leaders. What's that like?
Well, it's definitely a change because growing up we've always looked up to the older guys, but like especially going in, we obviously he said we were been playing together since we were 8 years old.
Long time.
None of us thought we'd get to this point. I mean, we looked at it; it was so far away, and now we're all here, and now we're the leaders that people look up to, and it's really cool. But no, shoot, Gary, you want to go?
I mean, yeah, it's pretty cool. I came over. I knew most of the team already, but even the younger guys, talking to them, getting to know them is pretty cool, especially seeing how hard they work being a freshman. I mean, I know that I was there, and now I'm trying to be a good, like, role model, I guess.
Yeah.
And so they can look up to me. It's just pretty cool.
How, so you just moved here?
Yeah, this year.
Your senior year?
Yeah.
That'd be tough.
Yeah. I mean,
Did they put you through an initiation or anything?
I think you've already been through the initiation. It's been with us forever.
yeah, it was pretty easy.
Yeah.
No, you knew all the guys already,
I
so
bet
that's pretty
the
cool.
rollover should have been pretty easy for him, I would think.
It's awesome.
So tell us, what are you looking forward to going to Myrtle Beach? That'll be fun.
I mean, we look forward for it every year. We get a big, nice room this year. It should be a lot of fun. Every year we go down. Obviously, we're there for baseball, but then again, you're at the beach.
I mean, you can't not enjoy the beach,
oh yeah,
right?
and the weather's gonna be nice. Even if it is rainy, it's still gonna be better than being in Ohio for most of the time.
True that.
So
Very cool.
We do a really good job, like coaches and just like the school. They do a really good job of planning it to where you get a nice balance of baseball and still be able to understand, like, yeah, these are a bunch of high schoolers. They're going to want to enjoy the beach and being together and stuff. So they do a really good job of balancing that out, giving you like an extra, hey, we have an early game today. Rest of the day is do what you want. And that keeps everybody just like, I mean, everyone's entertained, everyone's having a good time, and it gives you time to bond with all of your teammates.
Sure.
And then be able to like focus, like, hey, we know what the schedule is ahead of time, so don't go crazy tonight. Don't, don't be out too late, stuff like that.
Sure.
And be able
Go to bed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very cool. So what's the future hold for all you guys?
no one even go first here.
Yeah, so after high school, I'm going to the United States Military Academy at West Point, and I'm playing football there.
Oh, awesome.
So, after that, that's what I'll be doing, and then I'll be going into the Army.
Cool.
Yep, and then after high school, I'm going to Ohio University to play baseball.
Okay.
Yep.
Super.
After high school, I'm gonna join the union, either between laborers or operators union, and just go to work.
All right, so no offense, guys, are you going to be driving the better car?
Yeah, for a while.
for a long time
Yeah,
before
it's
you
gonna take
guys
us a while
get
to
there.
back up.
Yeah.
No, that's true. You're going to be doing great. So good for you. All right, well, guys, is there anything else you wanted to tell our viewers while you're here?
Just come out and support us tomorrow at our Grand Slam. Obviously, that means a lot to us as high schoolers. We've been doing this they've been doing this forever, the high school program. And, I mean, we've done this since we were freshmen. Every year we look forward to it because it's huge for us, just raising money for our program. I mean,
sure,
it means a lot.
It is, and just for the reasons that Coach said, but it also just means a lot for people to show up.
Oh, yeah.
Just in general and support you.
And it's packed every year.
That's awesome. And Park's Edge is hard to pack.
Yeah,
it's a big place.
I'm just excited we get to chill out this year.
I know. You guys just get to eat chicken and noodles.
Every year it got a little easier. Now it's just the easy path this year.
You're like, I'm just going to sit there and look pretty and eat my noodles. Well, very good. Well, guys, best of luck to you on the season and, of course, on your careers and your college and careers, and you're going to do great.
Yep.
Great things.
Thank you.
Of course. All right, let's switch y'all out. And, honeys, could you put some clothes on? God, you guys are making me cold. I know, this is kind of difficult. Come on over. Very good. Oh, you guys, you follow directions so well. All right, tell everybody who you are.
I'm Easton McGraw, and I play third base.
I'm Tucker Williams. I pitch and play second base.
I'm Gavin Jones. I pitch and play first base.
Okay, very cool. And what are you guys looking forward to most for the season?
Winning. Oh, we have a great chance to win a lot this year. We have, like Nolan said earlier, we have all returning players, and we've all played since we were 8 years old. And it's hard to explain. Like, without actually living through it. I'll let them explain if they can.
Kevin won't. He's a man of few words. He can throw a baseball really well, though. But
Hey, speaks for himself.
he does, yeah. But yeah, the bonds that we have, just as we're like a big friend group. Like the whole entire team's a big friend group. We hang out not just the field, not just in the barn, but we're together all the time, and I think that's really special. It's
Yeah.
something that
For sure.
something that really helps us on the field as well, because when things go bad, we know how to communicate with each other. We know what things help the other, so it's a really special and really beneficial thing as well as a team.
And I would think that is true. Like some people are motivated by getting screamed at, and some people need a hug, and some people, you just never know. So if you all know each other and how to motivate each other, that's awesome. Very cool. Hi.
I got nothing.
He can throw a ball really well.
He does throw it well because he talk a lot.
No, that's really cool. So what are you guys looking forward to? I know you all are headed to Myrtle Beach in April, but you have the rest of the season too going on. So what are you looking forward to at the beach?
Weather.
Yeah.
Good weather.
No, listen, if there's ever been a time where we've needed good weather, it's this year.
Yeah, these past few cold and rainy days, oof, not nice.
It's not baseball weather, but we get through it.
That is true. And again, none of them they all have shorts on.
Yeah.
Do your parents not dress you?
No.
My parents right there.
My parents.
Oh yeah.
My parents don't like me, so.
Hey, well, your parents here, you've got pants on, so
Yeah,
he's doing
I dress
all right.
myself in the mornings, though, so
Oh.
he leaves before I wake up. Yeah, I'm not a early morning person.
Me either.
Yeah.
Same. I feel you. So what are your plans going forward as far as after graduation?
So right now is the big college process where you're trying to figure out where you want to go. So
Sure.
I haven't decided that yet, but I want to become a biomedical engineer.
A what? What's
Uh,
that?
So
That sounds really smart.
work on almost any machines or technology in the medical field. Like I want to major in like prosthetics and work on that stuff.
That's cool.
Yeah, I've already made my decision, actually. I'm going to Yale University. I'm majoring in pre-med and then eventually become a doctor. Maybe work with Easton one day.
Oh, that would be cool. Wouldn't that be fun if you circled back around?
I mean, nice.
Cool.
I haven't made a final decision. I'm going to go to college, major in business management. I have a few baseball offers, so I'm still deciding which one.
Yeah. So how does that process work? When you're obviously an athlete that colleges are looking at, do they start sending you letters? They call you? Talk about that for a second.
So you go to baseball camps and get seen by all of them.
Okay.
They're all at the camps, and they either contact you on a phone and you go for a visit. You see what you like about the campus, and they'll offer you, and you just got to pick which one most fits you.
So to you, is it more about like the offer, or is it a combination of everything, like financially, or is it like how the campus makes you feel? What like makes your decision?
Financially is a big part, just
Sure.
because some schools you got to pay a lot, like private schools and stuff. But the offer, just what their facilities look like, their field, and just how their team is.
Okay. Did you say, well, I've played with all these guys since I was 8. I need a team like that.
Yeah.
That would be weird though, like going and playing with people that you haven't been playing with since you were 8 years old. Yeah. Is that going to be a challenge?
Kind of, yes, just leaving everyone, but you'll eventually find yourself at home.
Nobody's as cool as we are, though.
Yeah.
I mean, that's probably true. Absolutely. So what are well, I talked to the coach about the weather and all that and like how that's affecting practices, but when's your first games start?
Our first scrimmage is actually the 15th, next Friday, so a week from today.
Oh, already?
And yeah, games start, end of March?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, very cool. And how many games will y'all play?
Ooh.
27.
And how many games are you going to win?
27. Well, if you count tournament, all of them.
How many games are in the tournament?
So we got districts, something after that.
30-something.
All of them. Regionals,
They're gonna
state.
We don't have to teach confidence, I guess.
I guess not.
Yeah.
All of them. I like that. So we will keep, our pen and paper ready and see what's going on. Whether all of them happens.
Yeah.
We expect it to.
That's the plan.
No pressure or anything. So very good. All right, so tell us a little bit about, give us a plug for the Grand Slam Supper again.
So since being a coach's kid is a little tough sometimes, but in the baseball playing aspect, but I've been to this thing for the past many years. So watching this thing grow is like outstanding. Like I remember when it started off, you'd have the baskets and then maybe like 10 things at the Chinese auction, and now we have, I don't even, like 50 things. It's crazy how much is at the silent auction, the Chinese auction. And just watching this grow and seeing everybody that wants to come out and support is amazing.
Yeah, more than a fundraiser, it's almost just like a big social event.
Yeah.
Everybody's there.
It's packed.
Yeah, it's awesome. And like Coach said, you see people there that you haven't seen in forever, and you get to have a conversation with them and catch up. It's really cool.
Very cool. Anything
What they
else?
said.
I'm going to nickname him Blabby. No, and that's very cool. And can people buy tickets from you guys, or can you buy them at the door, Coach?
I think so.
If there's some left, okay. All right, and that's tomorrow night. Doors open at 5. The dinner starts at 5:30 at Parks Edge Event Center. JHS Baseball Grand Slam Supper. It's only $10.
Good food too.
And good
Great
food.
deal.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, well, guys, we'll let you get out of here. I know you're itching to get back to school.
Yeah.
Got a big test in Calc today.
Ooh, fun.
That's why you guys went second.
That's why they're like, oh no, we're good. We'll go second. Well, best of luck to you. Thank you for spending your morning with us.
Thanks for having us. It was great.
Appreciate it.
All right, and we will be back. We have another message? Okay, and we'll be back with Pete Wilson and some news.
Did you know Jackson is home to a locally owned and operated full-service print shop? Zip Printing covers all your print, signage, and design needs. From business cards, booklets, and posters to yard signs, banners, screen-printed t-shirts, oversized signage, and more. We can help you or your business advertise and look good doing it. Zip Printing also offers logo design. Allow us to assist you in building or elevating your brand today. Zip Printing is located in the Stockmeister Plaza at 708 East Main Street in Jackson, Ohio. So stop in or give us a call at 740-286-3023. Did you know Jackson is home to a locally owned and operated full-service print shop? Zip Printing covers all your print, signage, and design needs. From business cards, booklets, and posters to yard signs, banners, screen-printed t-shirts, oversized signage, and more. We can help you or your business advertise and look good doing it. Zip Printing also offers logo design. Allow us to assist you in building or elevating your brand today. Zip Printing is located in the Stockmeister Plaza at 708 East Main Street in Jackson, Ohio. So stop in or give us a call at 740-286-3023. Did you know Jackson is home to a locally owned and operated full-service print shop? Zip Printing covers all your print, signage.
All right, and we are back with our good friend Pete Wilson. That commercial just did not want to stop, did it?
Okay.
It was really ready to go. Pete is here to do some news. So what's going on? I know I see your thing there. We're springing forward this weekend, Pete.
Right. I figure maybe the most
Don't
important thing
forget.
I can say is to help people not forget.
Yes.
Because, for years it kind of moved around when they did this. Now it's kind of set, but it's not always going to be the same date because it's going to be the second Sunday in March. And that is coming up this Sunday. You officially spring forward. In other words, we lose an hour at 2 a.m. Now, obviously, you don't have to stay up until 2 a.m. and change your clock, or if it doesn't change for you.
Sure.
But that is the official change of time there. And, of course, this is the one where if you mess up, you're going to be late.
Yeah, not early, late.
Right, exactly.
You're going to lose an hour, but it stays, light past 4:30
right.
p.m.
and the companion thing that now always gets announced is to change the smoke alarm batteries.
Yes.
Because, they don't last forever unless you have a special kind that go up to 10 years, but most people don't have that. So it should be changed twice a year, and maybe the easiest way to remember that is the time change.
Mm-hmm.
The time change in March and the time change in November. So change those smoke alarm batteries.
That's
the
right.
Ohio State Fire Marshal says, and they're not joking, it could save your life.
Truth. Absolutely.
All right. Well, On Thursday, the sheriff's office put out a nixle, caused a little bit of concern around the county.
Yeah,
they were
saw that.
concerned that a 12-year-old was missing, and I'm sure the circumstances were such that, there was concern. They called out the highway patrol to help the sheriff's office. This was in the northern part of the county off Raysville Road. This is where the juvenile went missing. Not sure of the circumstances of how it was he went missing and why, but the important thing was they were worried about him. The highway patrol got called into the case. They even called through their aviation unit. Now, they were able to call that off, but they did call through the aviation unit. I know the drone from the Oak Hill Police Department, which often gets used in search missions, it was on the way to the scene. They did find the 12-year-old juvenile wet but safe under an underpass on, under an underpass on Jackson Hill Road, under the underpass to Route 35.
Okay.
And he was all wet. They think he had been maybe in a creek or had fallen in a creek, but they did find him. And other than being wet and cold, I'm sure, on Thursday, he was okay.
Good.
So that ended well, in case you didn't hear how that turned out. The Vinton County Sheriff's Office yesterday issued one of those scam alerts.
Oh man!
I mean,
there's so many scams.
They
going
are all
on right
over
now.
the place, and we like to relay them to you as well, because you kind of sometimes don't pay attention because it hasn't happened to you. It can happen to you, so you want to hear all the ways they can scam you. Here's what the sheriff's office said yesterday. They were made aware of a scam happening in which people, I presume in Vinton County, maybe beyond Vinton County, are getting messages requesting payments for unpaid toll fees and demanding prompt payment to avoid late fees on fine. It's the old pressure deal.
Oh,
you're afraid,
I
my gosh.
got one of those the other
gosh,
day.
I not only owe money, but they might arrest me or they might charge me interest or whatever. The sheriff's office says they must have did some checking, that these messages are not legitimate and are a scam. And once again, the intention is to get credit card or banking information, because, if you play it out, that's what they're going to say. That's the way that you can make these illegitimate payments.
Yep.
All right. I know that a lot of people are paying attention to the police dispatching issue in the city of Wellston.
Yeah.
We really don't have a big update for you, but council did meet last night. Jeremiah Shaver was there. No decision made. We didn't really expect one because they have legislation pending before Wellston City Council where if it goes the normal course, there's 3 readings, which means that 3 different meetings, it's on the table for discussion. I believe it was a second reading last night. So the next council meeting, which will be later in March, that will be the day of decision if indeed it does play out that way. But once again, the bottom line issue is, should the police dispatching, which is done in-house at the City of Wellston, down in the basement of the city building, should it be moved to the 911 center in Jackson County, where there is already dispatching going on for the Sheriff's Office, the Oak Hill Police Department, all the fire departments in the county? Should it move there? The mayor says it will save money and still get the job done. However, elements within the police department and the community do not want to see the dispatching move for different reasons. You got employment involved in there. The union rep says there's union issues, that it's a no-no in some ways. And
a lot of complicated
right, and of course
decisions.
there's an extra presence in the city building because of the dispatchers being there, because police officers, of course, come and go. All right, this was Right to Read Week in all over the nation, and I'm pleased to say, as a newspaper editor, that there was many activities in both Jackson and Vinton counties that we heard about.
I got to go read to a class at Hope Haven the other day.
Bless your heart.
We got to read Dr. Seuss.
You are
fun.
You are a good girl. Tuesday of this week at Southview Elementary, we didn't get Joe Burrow, but we got the next best thing. The famous Cincinnati Bengals quarterback. We had Mom and Pop.
Oh, cool!
They read to
fun.
They read to all the students at Southview Elementary School. And there they are. They got the cutout there of number 9, Joe Burrow.
That is so cool.
Opinion, maybe the most famous sports figure now in the state of Ohio, at least in this neck of the woods.
Sure.
Number 9, Joe Burrow. On the left is his mom, Robin. She is a retired teacher and elementary principal. Then you've got Kim Walburn, who is a teacher there at at Southview.
Yeah.
And then you have Joe Burrow's father, Jimmy Burrow, on the right, who, of course, was a coach, player in his time. He coached at Ohio University. That's how the Burrows got to Athens in the first place. Of course, Joe now lives in the Cincinnati area and is the quarterback for the Bengals. But Kim Walburn passed along this information, gave me permission to use the photo. It'll be in the paper on Saturday. But Mrs. Burrow read from a book to the whole class, did very well, and said how important reading is, how reading was to Joe growing up and still is. He still likes to read. So very important message there. Also at Southview Elementary School, this was worth mentioning. This was yesterday. Jeremiah Shaver was there. Mabel Maloney was a guest reader. Mabel Maloney is a retired teacher from Jackson Elementary. She retired some time ago. There she is reading to some of the kids there, I believe the kindergarten kids there at Southview. She also met with third graders. Okay, here's the thing about Mabel. Not only she is a retired teacher, she is 98 years young.
Wow.
Will be 99 later in the year, sharp as a tack. She read to the students, and to some of the students, she talked about how it was for school when she taught and when she went to school, which was as early as the 1930s, I guess. So that was very interesting to the students. We'll have coverage on that as well. In Vinton County, South Elementary, that's up there by Hamden. Red Thompson Jr. was there to cover that. And there, they did a takeoff on the famous Green Eggs and Ham that Dr. Seuss wrote. And they had they made green eggs and ham, and actually, I think
they did.
I think they ate them up. The ham looked regular, the eggs looked green. So I'm not sure I could do that, but I like eggs, so I probably would have done it. But there at Hamden Elementary, folks from the Vinton County Department of the Board of Developmental Disabilities as a service project, they went out to all the schools, and one of the places they went was to South Elementary. The teachers and the aides helped there as well, and the students had a good time, not only being read to, but also making the green eggs and ham. A couple other things to tell you real quick before we run out of time. This weekend, we want to remind you that the Wellston Lions Club is opening their Phil Fish and Food booth.
Okay.
They serve fish sandwiches, veal sandwiches, fresh cut French fries, and gem beverages. And that is a seasonal thing. They operate most of the year. They're starting back up today.
Sweet.
They will be there at their station, which is across from next to the Dollar Tree store, across from Brenner's on South Pennsylvania Avenue from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. The public is welcome to enjoy a veal and fish sandwiches, hand-cut fries, and ice-cold gem beverages. Of course, they use the proceeds for their community projects. They do scholarships. They support a lot of things in the schools. And, of course, they do Santa Claus when Santa Claus time comes.
You got it.
Don't forget, I know you know about this, we're reminding you, the Boy Scout Troop 5057 Spaghetti Dinner and Auction is tomorrow. From 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. as far as the food service goes. That's a time approximate. They'll go until the spaghetti supply
and they always run out, so you better get there early.
Right, and then the auction itself will be at 6 p.m. They have tons of stuff, just like they will in Jackson for the Grand Slam Supper. Dine-in, carry-out, and delivery options are available. And I don't think we had anybody on TV about this, so I'll drop this one in too. The Southview Elementary will have their carnival, and they've really beefed it up this year. Of course, it's a fundraiser for the PTO and the kids out there.
Sure.
It will be from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Saturday. Entertainment will include a vendor fair, a silent auction, a penny auction, a cakewalk, inflatables, bounce houses, and escape rooms where there's all kinds of fun. They will have a live auction as well at 6 p.m. Food will be available, including Chick-fil-A sandwiches.
Nice.
Those are favorites. Mac and cheese, corn dogs, pizza rolls, popcorn, and slushies. The carnival is open to the public. It's just not for the parents and the kids.
You got it.
All right, so there you are.
Go out, have some fun this weekend. Lots of stuff to do.
Exactly. Lots of stuff to do, and we are going to be attending some of those things.
Yes.
Got a paper coming out on Saturday. We got a big one, so lots of news in it. We've talked about some of it we haven't, so you got to get one. Got to get a copy.
And you will not go hungry this weekend, I promise.
No,
in this area.
Not if you make the rounds. And we didn't need to promote it because I think they've already cut off the sales. But the big Welsh coming out party is tomorrow at noon at the Oak Hill Presbyterian Church. That is St. David's Day.
Yes.
Everybody knows about St. Patrick, but in Jackson County, they need to know about St. David. He is the patron saint of Wells. Red Thompson Jr. will be there.
Very cool. Well, Pete, thank you so much for stopping by. We greatly appreciate it. And, of course, thanks to Marcia from the Health Department and the JHS baseball team for stopping by as well. Don't forget their Grand Slam supper tomorrow night. And do not forget to spring forward.
Right, and that
tomorrow.
Grand Slam supper, I've been to several of them. I'm going to try to go tomorrow. We're certainly going to cover it. But I tell you what, if you didn't know any better and you walked in or you saw the parking lot, you'd think that Elvis came back. Because
It's always busy.
They really get great support for that fundraiser.
You got it. All right, well, have a great weekend, everyone, and we'll be back on Monday. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.